Welcome to the Swimming from Home talk show. I'm here with Kierra Smith. So I guess we'll start with, oh yeah, got my girlfriend's little dog here. This is Taco.
Dog.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
So you just finished a morning training session, is that correct?
Yeah, this morning.
Okay. So you were still able to train.
I mean, it's just like a private 12-meter pool. So I
12,
don't,
okay.
I'm able to get in the water and I'm moving. It's not like proper training though.
Gotcha. Are you swimming with anyone else?
Just my coach, Emil, he coaches here in Kelowna, and I mean, it's so nice that he took the time to continue coaching me right now. He didn't have to do that, but yeah, just like the total basics. I came back to Kelowna like feeling a little bit lost. I came back the day after MCs were canceled, and just like I came back and I was like, I don't know. I didn't know, like my head was in a weird spot and like my breaststroke technique was off from where I wanted it to be. Like I just wasn't feeling as sharp, and so we took like 50 steps backwards, and we're totally going through all the basics right now, and like just like sculling, kicking, pulling, vertical swimming, a left arm, right arm, left leg, and like going through everything and just kind of figure out where the gaps are and put it all back together right now.
Yeah. So I guess can we start at the beginning with you? Can we go back to right before your championships were canceled? Just kind of how you were doing in training, what was going on, and then how all this news kind of affected you.
Like before Canadian trials were postponed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I was training down in Minneapolis, and the day that NCs were canceled, Kelly told me it was best to go home just with the way that things were looking and going. And he thought like maybe the pool, like we just didn't know what was going to happen. And he's like, I think it'll be best if you're with your family in Canada. And so I booked a flight for the next day to come back here. And our trials were still on, but then on my flight home that Friday, the trials were canceled. So, I mean, I came to that evening and I didn't really like swam. What else do you do, right? Like you didn't like they were postponed, they were going to happen. And it was like a super, super weird feeling, just like an inevitable trial. Like you don't know when it's going to be. And it was tough. And so I came back and I mean, training was going fine. It usually comes together through a taper, and I mean breaststroke's really tricky anyways if it's a little bit off, and so
Yeah.
I actually had full confidence that it would come together, but yeah, no, my times weren't exactly where I want them to be going into an Olympic year, but I was pretty sure it would work out.
Yeah. So then you went back home, and were you able to train at all? When were you relegated to this 12-meter pool?
On Thursday. What day? Today's Tuesday? Monday? Yeah, on Thursday.
Okay.
So not long ago.
Yeah. And who were you training with before that?
Our club with the Kelowna Aqua Jets
Okay.
for that week, and then the club shut down, and then the like Olympic trials qualifiers kept training. So there was three of us that were still going.
At the 12-meter pool or at the regular club's pool?
No, so our 50-meter pool shut down first, and then we have a 6-lane 25-meter pool across the water. Okay. And so we went over there for a day, and then the next day that one shut down, and then only I moved to the 12.5-meter pool.
Gotcha. So the news came out yesterday that Canada would not be sending any athletes to a 2020 Olympic Games. No Olympics unless they were postponed. How did you react to that news?
It's obviously very hard news to hear. It's difficult to take in, but it's so relieving knowing that now we can focus on staying safe and healthy with our family. And I'm proud to be from a country that thinks of its athletes as people first and athletes second, and they want us to stay safe and healthy right now. And so just so much stress is taken off that we don't have to prepare to be at our best in July with no pool, right? It's not ideal. So just being able now to stay fit and do at-home workouts and I don't know, just like staying healthy right now is the main thing. And I'm so lucky that that pressure's off and that I can just focus on doing that.
Yeah. And then even more news broken from a Canadian. So we SwimSwam recently reported that an IOC member, Dick Pound, who is a former Canadian swimmer, said that the 2020 Olympics will be postponed. And I don't think they have the specifics yet, but they said it would probably be a year, and then within the next 4 weeks they're going to work out the details. Does that give you even more of a sense of ease, knowing that more likely than not the Olympics will be postponed?
Yeah, it's out of our control at this point, and I think that's his belief right now, right? It's not official word, but I feel confident that they will be postponed, and I feel confident that there will be an Olympics for Canada to compete at. I hope I'm there, and just gonna try and I think right now what's important is still like sleeping properly, eating properly, still moving and working out, and keeping a good mindset, just to keep moving forward. And yeah, I mean, I'm confident that it's not over, right? It won't be over. It's not over.
Yeah. So we reported that they will be postponed, but yeah, we'll see. We'll certainly see how it unfolds. So you're, as are we all, kind of stuck at home. How have you been spending your time aside from swimming in a 12-meter pool?
I've been spending my time. The days go by like weirdly quickly for having no plans. But
Agreed.
just like, just like biking. I've been doing a lot of biking, a lot of hiking,
Okay.
just like stuff with my family, walking the dog. We'll like talk about walking the dog at 10 and then we'll leave at 11:30. And so, I mean, the day flies when you do that.
Yeah.
And like cooking from home, we've been having a good time just putting meals together and like taking turns. So, I mean, just taking things slowly. We've been doing like yoga at night. There's a lot of people offering free yoga right now. You guys had that yoga with Jeff Grace, and so we did. It's been a lot of fun. Just trying to keep a good mindset right now.
Definitely. I mean, how easy is it for you to keep that good mindset, especially given our circumstances, stuck at home, but also, the fact that you're a swimmer and kind of mental health and working on the mental game is a big side of swimming. Do you feel like having that experience and history in controlling the mental side of things has made it easier to kind of just control what you can control?
100%. Yeah, I think that athletes have always been or are really good leaders naturally. And I think that right now our job is to be good leaders in staying at home and being good leaders in our community and not going out. And the role has shifted a little bit, but the main thing is still the main thing. And I mean, I think that with training and everything, I'm lucky that I still have 12 meters of pool to be in. Otherwise, like that structure is really, really helping me getting up in the morning and getting to go and dive in and swim a little bit. And it's obviously not like so taxing, but it's keeping me in contact with, and that's helping a ton. If I lost that, I mean, and I will lose that. I, I don't know. I mean, then maybe I'll become a biker. And it's interesting trying to do a sport that you're not very good at, right? On someone's bike that's not your own. Like it's weird, but I mean, it's a new challenge, and I think that yeah, we're adaptable. I have a coach here who, I mean, we've always struggled with lane space in Kelowna because we're from a West Kelowna team. And so he's good at like adapting things and not having a lot of water space and doing dry land stuff. And so this is his thing. And so I feel like I'm in good hands. Gonna be creative getting with workouts and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just managing.
What has biking been like so far? Have you been biking with others? Have you
Yeah,
competed with them? What's that been like?
he did. Yeah, I'm competing with my dad. Um, it's so fun. So I only ever bike with my dad.
Okay.
I don't really have biking friends or like a lot of Kelowna friends, but I it's been, I don't know, Kelowna's like in a valley, right? So we have a lot of hills here and we live on a mountain. So and to get home, you have to go up like no matter what. So it's been like a
Yeah.
lot of hills and we have good bike paths here. It's an athletic city. So there's a lot, if you get out, it's easy to figure out what to do. And there's not many cars on the road right now. So it's safe enough, right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So it's looked like a lot of hill training.
Yeah. I mean, that seems good. Certainly for aerobic capacity.
I hope so.
Um, nice. So it sounds like you've gotten a lot of family time. Tell me a little bit about your family. How many members? What have you guys been cooking? Um, now that you're at home all the time.
Okay, yeah. So I have one brother, Emmett, and he just moved out on March 1st and he works at Domino's. So sometimes he's a manager there. So sometimes he brings us pizza. So that's what he brings over. Yeah, that's awesome. And then my mom and dad my dad did Ironman. So he's done 3 of them and he's done marathons ever since, I mean, I was a kid. And so he's athletic, but like for fitness, not competitive. So
Okay.
that's kind of fun. While I've like scaled back my training a bit, he's amped it up. And so we've met in the middle and we work out. And yes, so that's been awesome. And it's good to have someone to work out with that I live with. And my mom likes to go on hikes. And so we'll take the dog, and he's older now, Buster. He's
Mhm.
16. I'd wake him up, but he barks. And so we put him in like little baby knapsack and walk him up the hill.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's good. I'm lucky that they like to stay active too, because that helps me a lot being in this environment. But I get to work out with people, and that even if like it's easy to stay at home or sit on the couch, but they're like, hey, like let's go outside. I'm like, okay. And then once you're out there moving, it's good. And I think it's keeping us all sane right now and gets us out of the house. But my mom works from home and my dad's a realtor, so he's working from home right now. So we all just
Okay.
kind of our own rooms.
Yeah. What outside of fitness are a lot of people have been talking about, oh, I'm gonna learn a new language or pick up a new hobby, what have you. Is there anything you've done to occupy your time just hobby wise?
Yes, let me look for what it's. My fiance and I are doing the science of well-being. Yale is like offering
Okay.
this online course for free. I don't know if you saw that. And so we haven't started it yet, but we're gonna do that. It's like a psych course that they're offering for free now. So that's what I'm gonna do for learning. Otherwise, yeah, nothing really. Like the days go by fast. I want to be more productive than I am, or like create something. And hey, we might be here for a long time. The border's closed, right? And I can't go home for a while. So
Yeah.
that was what'll happen. I maybe I'll graduate from Yale. I did graduate. I graduated from the University of Minnesota a few years ago. Um, but yeah, no, I guess that's yeah what I'm doing for learning. Nothing else too out there.
Yeah. Where's your fiance now?
In Hawaii with her sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you guys used to distance like that? Has that been challenging for you guys?
I mean, not like with a border closed, right? Like that's
Right.
scary, but
Yeah.
um yeah, I mean, when I moved out to Toronto a year and a half ago and she moved with me for the first 6 months, but
Mm.
then she got a job in Minneapolis. And so for the last like 12 months, we were apart for most of it. But then
Mhm.
I moved back to Minnesota in January. And so, and then once like things started to get like a little bit more active, I came to Kelowna
Yeah.
and the borders closed. So I don't know. It's like obviously a really scary time for that, and it sucks to be separated, but nothing I could do about it now. Oh
Gotcha.
no, I took snap. Try to make the screen bigger.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah, that a lot of unknown, I guess. And
A lot of fun, but that's the same with everything right now, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
very true. Um, let's see. Have you had, being forced to take a step back from swimming, from life? Have you done any sort of reflection or looking back on what you've achieved so far? And obviously swimming, but you can also answer in about anything else in your life.
Reflecting. No. I I'm so thankful that I went to the Rio Olympics now, and it's like I just over the last 4 years I never thought, like, I was just so confident. I was like, I can't wait to be on the podium in Tokyo, and that's just what was on my head. I was so excited to compete in Tokyo
Mhm.
and have a shot at getting an Olympic medal, and I felt like the final didn't go as well as I wanted in Rio, and so I was just so motivated every day for the last 4 years. And like now that it's not there, it puts Rio in perspective. Like that was it's not. I'm just so lucky to have had that experience, and I want it again, but I'm so thankful for that, and that I have the opportunity to maybe go again if they do postpone it a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, just that I'm so thankful that we get to have sport and do it as a living, and that it's although it's like not the most important thing right now, that I hope I have the opportunity to get back to it, and that like the ISL season starts up and that the Olympics are scheduled, and I just hope it gets back to normal because I miss it.
Yeah. You definitely. Um, okay, you mentioned ISL. I have to ask, you were on Energy Standard last season? Okay.
I was.
Will you do you know if you will be on Energy Standard for season 2?
I haven't signed with the team.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. What do you want? Could you sum up your ISL experience for me?
Yeah, I can. It was the most fun. It like looking back, I was like, I can't believe I was in Italy this year, right? Like we swam in Naples. That's so fun. It's crazy. And I'm like even more excited to do it a second time. The first time, like we didn't really know what was coming. Like we just were going with it, right? But like this time, knowing what we're heading into, it's like the most exciting thing. I can't even, it was so much fun racing. It was so much fun training with all those new people with that energy standard team. That was a great experience, and I'm sure that all the teams were similar. Just getting to have new teammates and other pro swimmers who are in similar positions to you, because in Canada that's super rare to find. I mean, in Minnesota there's a few, but we don't have like a set like pro group, and so just being around like a whole big group of people who are doing the same thing as you, that was a really great experience for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I was at a few of the events and they were I mean, you could barely tell you were at a swim meet, right? It was just very next level.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, awesome. Any closing thoughts you'd like to share?
Um, no, I just hope that everybody stays safe and healthy.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you so much for your time, Kira.
Thank you.